Early along Earth's ascension course, energy surges were mild and occasional, and most of the populace mutely continued to accept the status quo. When the planet reached planes where the surges were stronger and more frequent, outspokenness about intolerable conditions and heated activity began in earnest. Now voices throughout your world are rising to a crescendo as the peoples are forcefully freeing themselves from the last vestiges of millennia of control by dark minds and hearts. All along during Earth's journey, light workers have been in the vanguard of world changers. We know that at times you feel weary, even in moments despondent, about the pace of progress, and not only because a number of you recently have written this to my mother. Although the selected examples were edited for brevity, the cited parts preserve the writer's sentiments and express those of the others who wrote feelings we know that many more of you share. I get so weary with the way things are here on our planet. I look forward to the changes to come. Humanity is said to be in the process of a fundamental change, a total turnaround toward love, light, God, spirit. However, many humans don't show signs allowing to hope for such an awakening. And I include myself in this. Why do animals have to suffer so much? Why can't we all just either not exist at all, or why can't we all just live in perfect harmony? I want so much to believe, but I just don't understand what it's all about. War atrocities have created a desperate refugee situation. Some people are billionaires while millions live in poverty, and children die of starvation and unsanitary living conditions. It is difficult to accept that karma is the reason for the vastness of inequities and suffering. Will it never end? The more I see pain, violence, and grief, the harder it is to believe what you and other spiritual messengers tell us you see. Looking at this world from wherever you are is vastly different from living here, where suffering and hopelessness seem endless. I understand the free will concept, but I can't help but wonder why the entity we refer to as God would create this planet Earth for us to inhabit as humans, just to allow it to be messed up again by humans to the point Gaia is screaming for help and then ask for volunteers to come and try to fix it. I've always wanted everyone to treat each other and the animals kindly and respectfully like you say it will be in the Golden Age. I'm 89 now and sad that I won't live long enough to see it. Beloved family, let us be your cheerleaders for a moment. It would be premature to rush onto the playing field to celebrate before the final whistle, but when the game is in its last stages, and the light versus dark battle on Earth is, and our team is so far ahead that victory is certain, it isn't premature to feel triumphant. The game isn't quite over, though, and the team that knows it has lost isn't going to just walk off the field. Both sides have to keep slogging it out until the game ends. That may not be the most apt analogy for a world in the process of being transformed, so we shall speak clearly. With each passing moment, your society moves closer to a peaceful world with justness, kindness and abundance for all. You don't remember that other civilizations persevered many thousands of years to change from perpetual fighting to living harmoniously, thus you have no comparison for seeing that you are doing this at a speed without precedence in this universe. What you can do is think how far you have come since the game started, when Earth started her ascension course 80-some years ago, a mere speck of time even in your recorded history. Ages-old deception and control are being revealed along with current corruption, lies, and power-mongering. Communication and negotiation are replacing headlong rush into battle. Citizens' demands for reforms in governance are bringing about changes at every level. Local, national and international organizations are making inroads into humane treatment of animals, environmental preservation, and aid to people in dire need. Indeed, a great deal more must be done before all just live in perfect harmony, and it is happening. There is far more goodness in your world than you would know from mainstream media, which still are controlled to the extent that the news focuses on trouble spots, divisive issues, and trivia, with rarely a mention of the innumerable splendid achievements of people power in communities and cities around your world. And a large percentage of internet articles and messages via social media also tend to report worrisome situations. Most who originate or pass on information, and consequently their recipients, aren't aware of the ever-intensifying light that is enabling personal and planetary ascension. They don't know that world leaders publicized as adversaries are working together behind closed doors to achieve peaceful outcomes in volatile areas, or that the economic system established and manipulated by dark minds is collapsing to make way for the new global system based in honesty and fairness. They have no idea that a multitude of evolved souls from other civilizations are living among you to assist society progress, or that thousands of spacecraft surrounding the planet are helping in many vital ways, and when it is safe, some will lend and bring advanced technologies. You do know all of that. Let your knowledge lift you above the inundation of information from unenlightened sources. Here let us borrow your expression, we have walked in your moccasins. At times we felt world weary and our patience grew thin when we were endeavoring to bring about godly changes in our respective worlds, including some Earth lifetimes. It was heart-wrenching to see so much conflict and misery, and difficult to put it into the context of karmic lessons. Even though we knew those souls had chosen their experiences for the balance they needed to evolve, and others in the pre-birth agreements were providing the required circumstances, still it was sad for us to see it being played out. And, in those lifetimes of ours, just as now, not all heavy players were serving within agreements. Acting from greed, heartlessness and lust for power, they caused many to endure unchosen conditions that nevertheless were greatly beneficial in soul evolvement. So you see, dear ones, we do understand your feelings. And, from personal experience and spiritual guidance, we know that you will uplift yourselves and those who are suffering by sending them the light within compassion and caring, not the low vibrations of discouragement and despair. And sending light to those who cause pain and injustices instead of the low vibrations of judgment, is what will bring malevolence to an end. All of those souls are brothers and sisters in our universal family, and the benevolence in the light you send them radiates out into the universe. Anything anywhere affects everything everywhere. As for Gaia is screaming for help and then ask for volunteers to come and try to fix it. It was with unconditional love for all souls on Earth that when Gaia cried out for help to save her planetary body, civilizations advanced in spirituality, consciousness, and technology responded immediately and joyfully. It was with that same loving spirit that you eagerly volunteered to come to Earth and do your part. Will it never end? We repeat a statement in our last message. You advance to a level of spiritual and conscious awareness wherein karma no longer is needed, and, as the multidimensional beings you are, you will continue evolving and remembering your beginnings in the pure love light of Creator. Many of you are from civilizations that have mastered all karmic lessons, and when your light service on Earth is over, you may choose to return to your homelands or enjoy time in nirvana first. Either way, you will have the heartfelt satisfaction of having helped a civilization evolve out of third density karma and start living happily, cooperatively, productively, and creatively. If you don't live on the planet long enough to see Earth's golden age in full bloom, you will not miss out. From your vantage point in spirit life or your own world, you can watch the entire panorama unfold as the energy of love envelops Earth, as she is restored to her original pristine beauty and health, as abundance flows equally to all of humankind, who will treat the animals with caring and respect, and live in harmony with all of nature. And, you will see how your light keeps contributing to this wondrous world that is flourishing in the continuum, and in linear time is on the near horizon. Now then, we are aware of speculations, in some cases convictions, that one or another event is imminent. One end of the range of prognostications includes end times with destruction on an epic scale, worldwide chaos following global economic meltdown, where nuclear World War III most likely will start, and enslavement by an ancient Earth civilization that is returning. By intention or not, these preparedness alerts about situations that will not occur are creating the energy of fear, which refuels those with dark ambitions and creates negativity for Earth to disperse via earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, wildfires, and severe storms. At the other end of the speculative range is a cosmic wave that will raise your civilization into fifth density or some other astral condition that also imparts sudden enlightenment. Individuals whose hopes are pinned on a spiritual and consciousness awakening in one fell swoop worldwide will be disappointed, just as those who expected life on Earth to be loving and peaceful on December 21, 2012, and henceforth, felt sorely let down. What is happening and will continue is this: Earth's ascension into successively higher vibratory planes with correspondingly stronger surges of love-light energy is accelerating soul's journey along the spiritual pathway. Yes, some are seriously lagging and causing misery to many, but please don't let this be foremost in your thoughts and feelings. Be mindful that the universal law of attraction is in constant operation. By feeling grateful for positive developments and confident, optimistic, and excited about Earth's future, you help your society move more quickly toward that magnificence. A number of you have written about the discovery of a part from Malaysian airline flight MH370. I didn't know at the time, Ashtar explained, when the plane's problems developed like dominoes falling and wiped out all systems required to keep the plane under control. That problems included the loss of any of the plane's movable parts. When the piece of float was identified as from the plane, the investigators logically concluded that the rest of it is at the bottom of the sea. Not in their wildest imagining would they think that it was stabilized within the powerful energy field of another civilization's large spaceship, which kept the bulk of the plane intact until it was safely put down on a planet similar to Earth, and all aboard disembarked after a rescue mission in accordance with their collective soul-level choice. We have been asked if Khazarians are within the ranks of the Illuminati. Indeed so, and their long history of conquest and ruthlessness still is evident in your world. Also, we have been requested to share our thoughts about Pope Francis' visit to the United States. We think its importance will be global. Throughout his papacy he has urged uplifting struggling peoples everywhere in messages that transcend politics. Because decisions made in the United States affect many other countries, we feel that what Pope Francis says during his visit will help to increase spiritual awareness within that nation's government and the citizenry, and ultimately result in benefiting people around the world. Our last message about the soul evoked more queries, and we shall get to those after answering questions for which there was no space in that message. Do only souls in the most advanced civilizations become angels, or can souls in a lower density civilization who aspire to reach that exalted status also attain it? Even souls in the most advanced civilizations do not become angels, souls whose frequencies are so high that they are pure energy. Creator's first expression of itself produced the archangels, who are of the highest love-light energy and live in the Christed realm closest to Creator. Although they do not incarnate, they can direct aspects of their soul selves into personages whom they endow with innate abilities and knowingness. The best known in this universe may be Sananda, one of whose personages is the soul you call Jesus. The archangels telepathically communicate with beings in physical and spirit worlds, and they continuously beam their all-powerful energy throughout the cosmos. Using Creator-bestowed energy, they visualize and manifested subsequent levels of angels, and those in this universe serve as God's emissaries in myriad ways. Certainly you may call upon them for help at any time. Souls throughout the angelic realm welcome this, but asking isn't necessary, as these ever-vigilant beings are aware of your circumstances and freely provide assistance. While never can they interfere with anyone's free will, they are permitted to save people from transitioning prior to their contract's longevity clause, spur the action of body's self-healing mechanisms, provide divine guidance, boost energy, uplift spirits, ease emotional and physical suffering, and accompany persons during the lightning-quick transition from physical to spirit life. Their presence in your life is indicated in paintings by master artists of yore, but contrary to those depictions, angels do not have wings. However, they can easily manifest them, and often do during a life-saving mission of a person who believes they have wings. Some souls later in the angelic lineage may choose to enter the cycle of life in spirit and physical worlds to exemplify godliness and enlightenment in a fledgling civilization or one emerging out of darkness. More often, though, they take on personhood only briefly for a specific purpose, perhaps to safeguard someone in momentary danger, console a distraught individual, nudge in the soul's chosen direction a person who doesn't know which fork in the road to take, or offer encouragement to someone to follow strong intuitive feelings. Thus, aspiring to become an angel cannot make it so, but aspiring to be like an angel is most worthy. And, dear ones, by expressing your love light through generously sharing with those who need assistance, you are serving as angels on earth. Yes, Mother, I can see that remaining questions must wait for the next message. In farewell we say, the unconditional love of all lighted souls in this universe is embracing you all along your journey on earth.